Before we begin today's live stream, there's just enough time to see what lies ahead. Coming next, we begin our journey of Obsidian, with part 2 coming January 12th. On January 29th, we'll be looking at the Journeyman project, followed by its sequel, Buried in Time, part 1, both on Macintosh. Now, on with the show.
Final frontier we face is not beyond the atmosphere of our planet, but right here in our own homes and environment, and what we have created. After generations of neglect, society has taken a terrible toll on the Earth. The environment, once hospitable and able to absorb a certain level of pollution and neglect, can last no longer, given the current volume of pollutants being released every day. Relaxed pollution restrictions and corporate irresponsibility are the key causes. Air is nearly unbreathable, and the sunsets are red as blood because of all the airborne pollutants. On really hot days, heat stroke and heart failure are commonplace among the elderly and the frail. If nothing is done soon, the atmosphere will be unable to support life on Earth. This dire situation is a direct result of the excesses of the 20th century. While some people heeded the warnings and passed them on from generation to generation, most ignored them. Now is the time to pay the piper and find a fix. The Ceres Project. By 2066, the Earth's atmosphere is at a collision course with total destruction. Once a long-term, low-priority concern, pollution is now at a crisis point and has become a life-or-death issue for everyone. Atmospheric pollution clouds the air people breathe in every nation and is not simply restricted to overly populated areas. The Ceres Project, endorsed by the United Nations, is funded primarily by the United States. That country, which is responsible for a significant portion of the toxins, running a close second to the European community, agrees to spearhead the effort to fix the environment. Those who still believe that the heightened concern is not valid are overridden, and the U.S. Congress approves and appropriates funds for the Ceres Project. This is the first full application of nanotechnology. The brainchild of environmental chemist Max Powers and biochemical engineer Lila Curlin, the Ceres Project is the only hope for survival, not merely for the nation, but for the world. Commissioned and overseen by the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, the Ceres Project will build and release nanobots into the atmosphere. With luck, these nanobots will restore the ozone layer, counter the greenhouse effect, and turn toxic fumes into innocuous vapors. To satisfy the calls for caution, the Ceres Project is housed in an orbiting satellite, a very safe distance from the surface of the planet, traveling through the vast coldness of space. Lila Curlin developed the technology for the orbital dispersal system. Her biggest obstacle was overcoming the vast temperature differences and thermodynamic changes from the environment where the nanobots are created, Ceres, to the environment where they were released, absolute zero space. Although it took years of development, these challenges were eventually overcome. Max Powers is designed and prototyped the Nanofactory, or Programmable Molecular Assembler, or PMA. After a few false starts and miles of red tape, Max and Lila succeed beyond their wildest dreams. Ceres performed better than expected. With each orbit, the plan is put into action and the results are phenomenal. Clean air is becoming a reality, not only for the country folk, but also for those in major metropolitan areas, as the nanobots can detect areas where they're needed most. Finally, both the man on the street and even the bureaucrats in Washington are beginning to breathe easier. After shepherding Ceres through 100 days of flawless performance, Max and Lila decide they can relax and take a vacation. They blissfully head for a remote section of forest, completely free from people, pressure, and the rush of life in the city. They eagerly await the chance to recharge. However, their search for tranquility leads to an even more amazing phenomenon. Hello everyone, Observer back, and this time we will be tackling one of my childhood favorites, Obsidian by Rocket Science and published by Segasoft. Yeah, sorry for the long introduction. This is one of those games where context like that can be easily missed, and I hate to break it to you guys, there's still a bit more to unpack before we finally get going, so I'll try to get through this part as quickly as I can. Before we start, I want to show something off about this. You see, Obsidian came on 5 discs, and it was released for Steam recently, just like Lighthouse is actually on GOG as well, but I just used the files from the game that I already own because, hey, I have it, right? These are the settings that can be used to tweak the game to make it work better. For instance, this one allows strips the HUD so that everything goes widescreen because it was meant for 4:3 ratio with black bars on the top and bottom. Next is better music mixing because the audio is just MIDI. And I've actually set up a sound font so it sounds better than the generic Roland sound canvas setup. Anyway, let's do this thing. Hold on a sec, let me make sure the chat is on top. That's really strange. I can't get the chat on top. In case anyone's wondering, you're looking at pictures from beautiful Yosemite National Park. Yes, the developers actually went out all the way out into the forest with a camera and recorded all this. Every little time I stream, it always seems something goes wrong. I think I might not be able to have the window on this. I don't know why it's not coming through. This time, it's not just still notes, there's full video cutscenes for movement. Now I got the window, forgot to hit the transition button. Well, they said our two characters were camping out in this place, but first I want to take a closer look at that black structure, cause like, that can't be natural. Igneous rocks don't usually grow like that to that strong a degree. Hey look! We have a reflection! That wasn't too common in games of this era. Man, look at this thing. It's like some kind of ominous palace. Structures this jagged definitely don't provoke anything friendly. Yeah, what you're looking at is footage of an actual national park, I think somewhere in Washington. Yosemite, it's called. So, let's see what we were packing here. A lantern, 2 sleeping bags, clothing, and an ice cooler. Ah! Autotext personal journal. I would guess some kind of data pad. And you know this game was made in the 90s because these are physical buttons. Unauthorized remote entry since last boot. Time 3:14 a.m. May 14th, 2066. Files deleted unknown, files altered unknown, files viewed unknown, method unknown, source of infiltration off global grid. Similar breach February 23rd, 2066. So these are the different apps you would say that this tablet has. I don't know about you, but I think physical buttons should make a comeback, but that's just my opinion on mobile devices. Remote link temporarily unavailable. Well, let's just go from top to bottom.
Say hello to the project team, Lila.
Hello, project team.
And are we having a wonderful time here in Xanadu?
Oh, yes. Only there are not quite enough mosquitoes.
Have we thought much about Ceres?
Ceres? What's that?
See, folks, mission accomplished.
Not quite. I have another mission. To rid this world, once and for all, of Max's shorts.
What's wrong with my shorts?
You gotta be kidding.
Well, I'm a scientist, damn it. Not some model.
Oh, I think we can all attest to that.
That's it. Cut. And have her desk cleared out by the time I get back.
Well, that confirms it. The woman in the reflection, that's us. We're Lila. So I guess these were what we were going to send these to our coworkers back at base or something. But there's no internet. We can pause the video by clicking it. So this must have been that structure at an earlier date and time. On May 16th. What the hell? Do you see that? This spike is actually growing. This one too. That sounds almost Cybertronian in nature. Yeah, what the heck is this thing? These are a couple of text files. I'll just breeze through them really quickly because I know there was already a lot at the start. So this was forwarded to us from a coworker, one of our older emails. We were late for work. Had to explain how the satellite's control system works on deciding what needs depolluting. And there's a crossover switch too. And Ceres had a communication fault for some reason. And I think this was on one of the dates mentioned our journal got broken into. And she thinks there's just some hacker afoot. This one's just a reminder for a speech we're going to have later, in Japan it seems. And another video.
Hey, come on! Blow out the candles.
Well, I tried to find 100, you know, one for each day in orbit.
Really? I thought it was for how many hours a week they worked.
Or get it.
Good job.
Oh, I don't know if I can go through with this. Just taking off. It's like...
Like leaving our child.
Oh, but she's all grown up now. She's a very big satellite. You're just gonna have to let her go.
I know. But what if you lose the comlink again?
Yeah.
Hit this button right here.
Turn that knob?
If there's a problem, we'll call you right away.
Don't you dare. It's our first vacation in a year and a half.
By the way, I'm glad I installed this subtitle mod because this didn't normally come with the game. It was usually just audio only. And by the way, we never see what this satellite looks like in game, but I took this screenshot from the trailer and that's what it looks like. We can toggle between apps with this rotate icon. So this was our actual diary. Well, I mean, if this is our journal, there's no harm in reading it. These two are just audio logs, so I'll just skim through this really fast too. When I played this on a Windows XP machine, this scroll button was way too quick. So this was written during the flight out here. So this was the point. She's reflecting on the day they actually launched the satellite. Hardest thing ever for a parent must be when you have to conform your child to a rotten world. Ooh, that aged really well. Having to employ the crossover chip and revert to human control. Not because a billion people's lungs in China weren't top priority, but because some pork barrel politician from Chicago needed zero emissions in his district for the next election. Oh, that hurts too in this day and age. Freeing us from resource dependency, the whole paper out of thin air, gasoline from water approach, manufacturing.
May 14th, day 1. The road in was so rough, I almost threw up. Now that I've had a chance to acclimate, I can't believe how beautiful it is. I think it must be the trees and all the oxygen. Makes me proud. I mean, if Ceres keeps to her orbital time frame, the whole planet will feel like this. Again, like it's supposed to. In just a couple of years. Only thing which troubles me is the network. It's down in this whole area. No phone access, no computer access, no nothing. Weird. That kind of thing just does not happen anymore. Tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm going to take a hike around and see what's up. Probably nothing. Just my mind looking for any excuse not to unwind.
So is she implying that in 2066 Wi-Fi got so powerful you could even get it in the middle of nowhere? Wow, that would be amazing.
May 16th, day 3. The structure Max and I are calling Obsidian has now grown from about 1 foot tall to over 50 feet. Either we're hallucinating on bad camping food, or we've stumbled upon the discovery of the century. It's maddening to be cut off from the rest of the world. What timing? Is Obsidian causing it? But maybe it's for the best. I mean, gives us some time to figure this out. The part I can't get my mind around is the surface. It's like black ice or something. It's reflective, too. When I see myself there, it's like I'm somewhere impossible.
I think she just codenamed it that because it resembles that particular rock closely enough. This one is the most important section. Now I'll come right out and say it. The only items that need progression are the videos and the email and this, and this. These ones are grayed out because, again, no Wi-Fi. Say what you want about these developers, they were really ahead of their time. It's like when you got something on the cloud and you can't access it. This one is kind of like a hub for a lot of the other files because they're all linked together in hyperlinks. Atmospheric crisis, ozone layer, greenhouse effect, allied chemical plant explosion, need for aggressive response. That was the game before. Early experiments, early roadblocks, safety concerns. Breakthroughs by dreams. Huh. I'll look at these links after I finish scrolling. It's not that quick. You see it ends right there. Future directions. The Papyrus Project. An assembler the size of a stapler. Manufacturing paper out of thin air. Crude ETAT. Gasoline derived from water, eliminating the need for oil entirely. That would be a dream, wouldn't it? So this is when we wrote our thesis. Max created a nanobot. Proposed it at the EPA. Demonstrated a prototype at Congress, and subcommittee gave assails inadequate safeguards. 2 years later, fully funded. That's when the satellite was developed. Test launch explodes. Second test successful. Launches into orbit. Restores ozone layer to 95%. Drops pollutants per square inch to 3 in most major metropolitan areas. 100 successful days in orbit, and that's where they gave us a send-off. These two are actually real nanotech quotes. But this one's fictional. So this is the actual programmable assembler itself, 5 centimeters long. And the nanobots come out through here. That's the cooling element. And that's the assembler itself. Looks like some kind of high-tech beehive.
Just woke up from this awful dream. There was this weird bureaucracy. No people, but instead just all these, I don't know what they were. And I was running around, climbing the walls. But the harder I tried, the less I could actually get done. I think this is about series. Too much red tape. Gotta disobey the authorities. Stonewall the commissioner, or we're never gonna get this thing finished.
It's 3:15. Oh, don't worry, Lila. It's not the flu keeping me up. I just had this eerie dream, and I want you to hear it before you leave for the hill. There was this huge metal spider, and I was doing some kind of maintenance on it. Only, instead of working on the spider itself, I had to fix the whole universe surrounding it. Like, the spider was a god or something, and my repairs were offerings. When I finished, the spider came to life, reared up. Suddenly I realized it was Ceres. That's when it pounced on me in a rage, and I tried to stop. I'm worried about Ceres, Lila. So much power. I mean, what if something really went wrong? The machine control system is some of your finest engineering, but I want to make sure we can override it. Not a software interrupt that the AI code can modify, but a hardwired crossover switch, one that'll stop everything and revert to complete human control.
Well, someone's thinking ahead. And the good news is, we are done. We can finally move forward. Oh, shit. That's his hat. Oh man, this is where it gets real. Buckle in, audience, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Lyle, hello. Welcome to the Regional Administration Facility. I'm the Bureau Chief, and I'd like to see you over here right away. Please wait. I'll extend the bridge for you to walk across. Apparently, something is wrong with the bridge. Perhaps you could see to it if you go through the proper channels. When you're done, come see me.
Well, this looks familiar.
Oh, hi. You're Lila, right? Sorry about the bridge. You're just gonna have to get it repaired. Ought to be some booth on this floor that can help you. Oh, and by the way, don't keep the bureau chief waiting. He hates to wait. And he has important information for you. About some guy by the name of Max. Listen, I'm trying to read here, okay? I already told you what to do. Find someone to fix that bridge and get that information about Max.
Well, now that that mind trip is over with, first up, it's pretty obvious that what we're looking at is a physical reconstruction of our own dream. Whatever these nanobots do, they can just rebuild things from the exact detail. But then, how does one achieve detail this accurate based from someone's dream? Secondly, all these things here, called vidbots, I didn't catch this metaphor as a kid, but it's meant to evoke that this entire bureaucracy, everyone here is just faceless drones with no identity, and that's why all you see are people's mouths and not the whole face. I didn't catch the metaphor initially because people make things like this in the real world. So we've wonder where this goes. Check this out. So each letter is just extruded in 3D and rotated 180 degrees. And a neat feature about this mariachi is that the music it plays is synced up with the background MIDI. Everybody, a lot of Let's Players who did this game go right to left. I'm gonna do the other way around.
This is Rebel Control. Watch your back. Did anyone follow you here? Were they wearing the sign of the sphere? Did they throw you a curve? Run you in circles? That's how it all begins. Next thing you know, brainwashed! This is Rebel Control. Watch your back. Did anyone follow you here? What about your socks? Have you checked them for bugs? Are there extra O's in your alphabet soup?
The fuck? What?
You're in grave danger. You must chew them to bits!
This guy has the personality of a security guard who will shoot first and ask questions later. Yeah, see, that gate opened inwards. Keep that in mind. This one says Bureau Hygiene.
Hi there. Haven't seen you before at Bureau Hygiene. You're the one looking for Max, right? Oh. A spot. How embarrassing. Let me just... almost got it. No, not quite. Oh. I'm sorry. Could you come back a little later?
No.
One moment, please. Be right with you. If I can ever get rid of this... Oh, for God's sake! This is such a bad example. What's so funny? Wipe that look off your face.
Oh, haha. Reception, I get it.
The gentleman's right hand supports the lady in the small of her back. Her right hand lies palm down in his left. And her left hand rests on the upper part of his right arm. Their hips are almost touching.
In asexual reproduction, there are no gametes and no cells unite. Instead, the organism divides into 2 or more parts.
Just those 2 clips. Bridge repair, finally, something useful.
Bridge repair here. I heard you was coming. What you gotta do to fix the bridge and nab that info on your buddy is go retrieve a document. It's filed under standard damage. When you get it, bring it to that bombshell in the Department of Pre-Approvals. Talk about an accent. You know, I can't understand a word she says.
Pardon the subtitle mod, it takes a few seconds for it to go away. And we have a hard copy. So yeah, when I said that these bureaucrats are all faceless drones, they don't have names, just the name of their department. Man, this text is pixelated. To fix bridge and receive information about Max, you must retrieve the document filed under standard damage. You must then take said document to the Department of Pre-Approvals. Carbon copy to the bureau chief. I like this letterhead. I like how official their documents are. For some reason, even though, well, I don't know why, but we can't take this with us. We just drop it. Yeah, let's check out the other booths just for fun. Mediation. 2 of them.
Hello. Welcome to the Office of Mediation. How can I help you?
That's how can we help you?
Would you stop interrupting me?
Yeah, if you stop excluding me.
Oh, come on. How many times do I have to hear this?
Until you get it through your thick screen.
Why, you?
Oh, yeah?
Funnily enough, I actually recognize those 2 clips they used. The right one was from the Great Train Robbery, and the left one was from World War II footage. Interesting fanfare, but okay. That's the shadow of the bridge. Okay.
Lila, quite an amazing dream you had, wasn't it?
Sure. Some vidbots let you interact with them infinitely, but others you only get one chance to see them. This is one of them. Productivity. Oh, don't tell me. Double breakout. The trick about this is that you don't want a ball of an opposing color to hit the other field, otherwise it turns that color. And if the ball hits that square again, you lose. I've beaten this a couple of times, and all it does is just... There's no level counter or score or anything, it just resets, basically, with a little happy chime. This one's actually useful in a roundabout way. Travel. No comment on this one.
Travel through the Regional Information Facility can be an enjoyable and enlightening experience. The Atlas face, for example, features a daringly constructed statue. Notice the giant sphere, representing our society's triumph over radical curves.
This vidbot will tell us about every single side of this cube. Of course, we gotta hear the same introduction 5 more times to hear it.
Travel through the Regional Information Facility can be an enjoyable and enlightening experience. The Records phase, for example, provides access to the sunken library. In addition, it gives one a rare opportunity to ride the Bureau elevator sideways.
Ride the elevator sideways, huh? Interesting.
Travel through the Regional Information Facility can be an enjoyable and enlightening experience. The Nexus phase, for example, offers sanctioned gravitational passage to 3 other orientations.
Oops.
Travel through the Regional Information Facility can be an enjoyable and enlightening experience. Notice the bold arrangement of seating on the time phase, which urges citizens to immediate action. Travel through the Regional Information Facility can be an enjoyable and enlightening experience. The Executive phase, perhaps, represents our greatest feat of thematic design. Picture the bridge and the office spires as the sun, shining gloriously upon our mural sky.
There's some imagery going on there. Sources. Oh boy, I know what this is.
Bring me the blue pages.
Eh?
Bring me the blue pages.
Come again?
Bring me the blue pages.
I love shoutouts.
The statue before you commemorates the dark period of our past when rebel ideas held sway. During this time, the orderly process of reorientation was rejected. Any spherical object could be used to get from place to place. Rules meant nothing. Our cherished bureaucracy was despised. Only through heroic struggle was the rebel movement vanquished. Pockets of resistance remain today, but are neutralized by a system of constant vigilance.
Right to business. Well, if we're going to find a document, it's obviously not here on the, quote, ground floor. what is this ramp for? Whoa! Yeah, seriously. Ramps like this let you change your orientation, as they call it, because it seems each different face has its own field of gravity. I mean, why not? It's a dream, after all, even if it was rebuilt. That's out of order. Excuse me a second. The synths in this MIDI get kind of loud and overpower the rest of the music sometimes. Well, this is precarious. But now the elevator's turned 90 degrees, watch this. Yeah, what was once our floor is now our wall. Well, here we are on the record's face. Oh yeah, this sound font is so much better than the original MIDI. Hold on, I have to tweak the audio there. Whoa! This is Max I've hacked into the circuitry. Is that you? Oh, he got cut off. So this is a computer for the archives. And this font is actually different from how it was in the main game. I think it was a ScummVM tweak. There's actually one that has an additional feature. Yeah, Cloud Ring. Okay. And this happened. Little areas like these, according to the strategy guide, are called balconies. Just single node areas where you can just look out at a crazy landscape and do something there. So we got a cloud separated into 5 pieces and a ring in 4 segments. Cloud and ring, but there's 6 slots. Well, the idea is that if there's 2 words, maybe we could make a single word out of both of them. And where are these spots? All we get is this animation. In some parts of Obsidian, some puzzles give you an item, but others are just clues to other puzzles. this is one of them. An information puzzle, you would say. With all these distractions, I think it's time we start focusing on our objective. That's gonna happen a lot. Distractions from what you're doing. Find any document. Under construction, great. If anyone's worked in the DMV or the IRS or any government system, you'll know exactly what to expect in this kind of level. All the bureaucratic nonsense ramped up to 11, like Douglas Adams' text adventure. That works is the game category. Now this is really an interesting one. Anyone ever play the game 20Q? Well, this is kind of like that, except you provide the data, the entries for the AI to guess from. This actually stores your inputs in a text file on your hard drive, and the more inputs you give it, the more variety the AI has in trying to beat you. It's really interesting, real ahead of its time. Well, this is just asking for it. Okay, that's really weird. I'll just lower the desktop audio for now. See if that helps. Dumb games. I guess this computer didn't want to make the same mistake as Whopper or Joshua. So, word games then. Hangman. If it's a dumb game, why didn't you file it there? The Roland Sound Canvas generic MIDI wasn't this loud, but it was also not very good at emulating because it ran off the motherboard's sound chip. So, word mixer. Another brilliant addition. It's an anagram maker. So this is what Cloud Ring was directing us to. Before I get to the actual... Well, you know what? I want to poke around myself first. Standard should be in this one. Now the thing about this filing system is that none of these documents actually pertain to what they mean. The developers just took a whole bunch of fake documents and randomized them among every single word. Only a few of them are unique. It's almost like a Rolodex in here. That one's kind of fitting. Yeah, I told you, it's just randomized. This is a standard form, okay. When I played this as a kid, this music and other themes like it kind of creeped me out. Oh, this is a damaged form. Do not use it. Damaged forms cause problems. Let us try to avoid problems by not using damaged forms. Okay, so it's not going to work that way. All the files are just single words, and our file is in 2 words. Well, I'm sure you can probably guess where that's going. Tradesman, that's what we gotta look for. But before we go, I'm just gonna have a little fun here, because I freaking love this anagram engine. This is what happens if you guess correctly. That's what they used in Max Headroom. Computers with typewriter keyboards. Of course, this bureaucracy feels a lot cleaner than what you see in dystopia films. Maybe because it was just freshly built. bridge repair request 73A-7/4. This form must be pre-approved. Now the other thing about this widescreen mod is that in the original version, when it had these black bars on the top and bottom for a 4:3 monitor, the inventory items would go in the black bar. But here, you can just stick it right on the screen. Now to the Nexus face. We've just crossed to what we thought was the place's ceiling. And here we can get a good look at all the other faces and even look up at them too. As someone who likes architecture, I really like this level. To go anywhere, we need to pull this lever. Well, that's a really strange sound. I want to take a look at the patterns in these floor tiles because it might help to this puzzle that's coming up really soon.
You're here to get the bridge repaired, right? I've heard great things about you. Maybe you could put in a good word for me with the bureau chief. I'm long overdue for a raise. Anyway, this is a secure area. It includes the Office of Pre-Approvals. That's where you need to go with the proper document. But I'm sure you knew that already. Well, here are your entry cards.
And now, on to one of my favorite puzzles of this game, the cubicle maze. A literal maze, in fact. What we have here, as you can see from the patterns here and these devices here, each cubicle requires a certain number of these cards to get into. We don't have to go in through the front door, we can pick any one we want from the outside ring. But the catch is, you have to be aware of what you're carrying and what sets you get back in exchange. Now, I know the way through this maze like the back of my hand, and so I'm going to take you through here and interact with every vidbot in here, because I'm telling you, the people in this level have the biggest laugh out loud moments of the whole bureau. So we start with this one.
This is the Office of Psychiatric Assessment. I need to give you a test. It will help me evaluate your personality. Look at this picture. Does it remind you of A, shiny blades of grass covered with the blood of a strangled witch, or B, a freshly baked scone that's been laced with poison frosting?
I thought the point of an inkblot test is to let you pick yourself. Sorry there, I think my computer alt-tabbed for a second.
Very interesting. Now look at this picture. Does it resemble A, the garbled mumbling of a drunken poet, or B, that special tingly feeling after a hot and steamy bath? Quite peculiar. Now look at this picture. Does this remind you of A, nothing, or B, not sure?
It's a dog, you idiot! Plain as day. Why can't you see that? Are you crazy? Get the hell out of my office! Leave! Now!
or I'll have you committed at once!
Yeesh, talk about double standards.
So you want to march with the big boys, do you, soldier? We'll see about that. Security is our A1 priority. Fill out this form, and we'll take it from there.
Oh boy, this is fun too.
You eat your ice cream from a cone? Doesn't bode well. I'm keeping you under constant surveillance.
No matter what response you pick for that last one, it's always the same one, just with different varieties. So that's our goal. There's pre-approvals, and we need 3 black cards to get in. Man, get a load of that huge AF stamp.
Oh, hi. Wasn't sleeping. Too many documents to shred. Shred, shred, shred. Why are you here? Why does everyone come through here? What's so important about black cards? Black cards! Black cards! Black cards!
That's cute.
Hello, I need to examine your eyes. What I need you to do is come over here and sit on this couch. Look at the wall. What's the matter with you? Couldn't you hear my instructions? Come back when you've seen the ear guy.
How the heck did they record all these sessions with just parts of their face shown to the camera?
Hello! I need to give you a hearing test. Can you hear this? You're hearing things. I can't help you. Go see the eye guy instead.
Wait a minute. If these 2 vidbots are shoving us back and forth between these 2 cubicles, I wonder something. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. You see this, guys? Every time we go through here, we give up 1 blue card, but when we go the other way around, we get 2 blue cards back. So this means we're getting more cards than we're actually giving. Yeah, I think we found a loophole in this maze. We can just milk this thing for as many blue cards as we want. I never got to hear elevator music growing up, but this music certainly exemplifies that. Now, there are two ways to go about getting black cards. You can cycle through here, or get some from over there. But since I haven't seen the remaining three bots, I'm going to go that way. As long as you have 6 blue cards, you should be set. Maybe one more run, just in case. Looks like an improvised break room.
Oh, hi! You're the one going to pre-approvals, right? Well, there's no need to wait here in the lounge. It's over in the far left corner. They're ready whenever you are. Oops! Excuse me.
A snack machine that dispenses electronics. Huh. Batteries, circuit boards, film canisters, and CDs. What? Okay, I think here the game is just flat out trolling us. Because no matter how many times you hold down the mouse button, this thing won't let go. And this one looks like a gumball machine.
Another gumball? Thanks!
Looks like this guy's in charge of surveillance.
Need an ID? Want your picture taken? Fine. What do I care?
And we can actually have our picture taken.
Stunning. Gorgeous. I can barely contain myself. Charming. Radiant. I'll be sure to tell all my friends.
One thing about this is that if you screw up, you can go out through the outer doors again, but each time you keep coming back to that vidbot at the front door, she gets more and more angry until she just doesn't talk to you anymore. I really like this one.
Oh, hello! Welcome to personnel. It's a confusing place here, I know, but if I do my job right, you'll be clear in no time. Would you like a little friendly advice? Well, the thing to remember about these offices is that you need a lot of black cards to get through. If it helps, stop by as often as you'd like. And you might also get to know the fellow in document disposal. But don't let him influence you. He's no model employee. Listen, can you stay and chat a while?
This one's really funny.
great. I love to chat. My family says I never... Hey, my family. Let me show you some pictures. This is my oldest, Billy. Can't get him off the soccer field. And this is my youngest, Angela. Doesn't she look just like me? Thanks. Come back soon.
See, I like this particular character because they're not hostile to me or anything. They're actually trying to help in a weird roundabout way. And fun fact, that particular person on camera, that was the same woman, person who made fun of Lila for how many hours she worked. Okie dokie, we should be good to go.
Well, hi there. Y'all found me. Good for you. Can't get approved until you get pre-approved. And listen, sorry about that Easterner and bridge repair. Talk about an accent. Sheesh. Anyway, hon, let me see that document. Well, looks like everything's in order. Stand back. That information about your friend Max can't be far off now. I hope it comes in time. Just take this little old stamp thing across the way to immediate action. They'll get right on it.
What? No goodbye? When I was younger, I seriously thought she would say that.
Love to help you, hon, but there ain't nothing more to do here. Now it's all up to immediate action.
If you didn't have the document, this door would be unlocked from the outside, but on the catch that you wouldn't be able to go through the maze again. Probably for the best. See, this part over here is basically the end point of the constant... Basically, if you kept coming back to this point to get more cards, this would be the last part of that conversation.
Oh, it's you again. No raise? Well then kiss these cards goodbye. And don't even ask what people are saying about Max. Just run along to your little bridge in your bureau, Chief. I'll just sit here and starve.
Geez, I can't really respond to an attitude like that. Well, as we learned from the travel vidbot, the Department of Immediate Action is just across from us. Well, that's not daunting at all. Hey look, places where we can actually sit. But then, why do we need to wait for immediate action? Man, this line's so long, it'd be like trying to get into our Stotska. And there's ashtrays too. Well, here it is. Nice view of the Atlas face, too.
Lila, welcome. May I take a look at that document? Splendid, Lila. You've done so well. It can only be a matter of moments before the bridge is fixed. You can reach the Bureau Chief's office and get that information about Max. Speaking of moments, I'm afraid our clock is stopped. As soon as it's working, I'll go right ahead and process your request.
Well, great. More busy work. Fun fact, the original demo for Obsidian was this single puzzle, and it actually, even if you knew the combination, you still couldn't solve it. Definitely, that's probably one reason why the game didn't sell that well. 80,000 copies. Anyway. So yeah, these things crashed, and the goal of this puzzle is to make sure that they don't crash. It would take a lot of permutations to figure out, trial and error, but I already know there is one feature about this. All of these items, the sun and the moon rotate, but the moon doesn't. You can just change its phase. And when the moon is in new moon, it's not there at all, which means things can pass through it. There's multiple solutions, but I'm going to try this one. And when you hear the game's theme, that's how you know you got it. That's not a good sign. I don't think clocks are supposed to move like that.
Lila, how good to see you. May I take a look at that document?
Huh?
Lila, is that you? This place, it's amazing. I'm in a control room, I guess. Can you see me? Do you hear me? Lila, are you there?
Strange. Some kind of technical? Well, never mind. Where was I? Oh yes, your document. Bravo, Lila! You've done it! I'm amazed you could decipher that woman in pre-approvals. To my ear, she isn't speaking English at all. But I digress. Everything's in order now. Only I'm afraid there's a terrible backlog. Come back in a year. We'll take immediate action then. For the time being, closed.
A year? Well, what the frick now?
Lila, they'll never help you. I can. Meet me at the light. You made it. Good. I thought you'd never tire of their procedures. Now listen to me. I know how you can get to Max. Turn off the lights or they'll see us.
Turn off the lights, huh? Well, I thought there was something weird about this turning noise.
Welcome to the rebellion, Lila. You were wise to join. It's the only way to learn about your friend. Now, listen carefully. There is a much quicker way of traveling from face to face, but only the Bureau Chief can give you access. we have located, at great risk, a document that will help you reach him. It can be found under Orient Militia.
Right, another document. Well, we know what to do about that. First I'll show what the single words are. Knowing which way is up, okay. Rebel control procedures. You can skip transition with the spacebar. Select a phone dialing procedure. Now this time we need to turn left because the bulb was really loose. Well, there's where we need to go. We've been trying to get there all this time. So if the bureaucrats are gonna just sit on their asses for a whole year, well, it's time to take things into our own hands, wouldn't you say? So we can read this document again, and in these circles we need to input 934. Choose call destination by placing sliders on appropriate axes. So what this means is, what this puzzle is we can place a particular coordinates on one spot of the cube by lining up these lines as axes where they intersect. Now the way to determine this is to set one slider in the area you want to call, the second flush with the actual phase itself, and the third is the actual height or location. Now I know the goal of the puzzle is to call the bureau chief, but you know what? I think we've already joined the rebellion, so I'm gonna make a few prank calls.
Information desk, who's calling? Oh, Lila. I know it's you. Why do you keep bugging me? Why can't you just follow the procedures like you're supposed to? If I didn't know better, I'd start thinking you're one of the rebels.
You have reached the Department of Sources. My name is Stop. At present, there are 6 guests in my mansion. Who will become the 7th?
Yes, another clever Easter egg. Hey, Mac, we got a little problem.
Bridge repair, Atlas face. Hold on, another line's ringing. Listen, it's the pizza guy. Gotta go.
Actually, Radium Skull, I put that title screen up on purpose. I couldn't help it, I wanted to. Who else? Who else?
Oh, hi! How's it going? I'll have some more family photos soon. Come on over to the personnel office on the security face, and we can put our feet up for a little while.
You have reached the Library Grotto, with extensive collections on gravity, bureaucracy, weather, and nanotechnology. Our collection is rapidly expanding, with floor and ceiling racks to serve you. This is the records face. We appreciate your inquiry. The longest anagram of the words records and face is scorecard. Similar information is available here at all times. No appointment is necessary. This is the records face.
Mother, is that you? Have you come back? I'm so pleased. Come see me on the security face. First cubicle to your right.
Alright, enough fooling around. Let's get on moving, because, you know, I want to find Max.
Lila, nice to hear from you. And how interesting you got this number. It's not obtainable via standard procedure. Well, no matter. I'm glad you're on your way.
So now we're in another balcony. And the portal back to the bureau is right behind us. I wonder where they filmed this. It looks like it's live action. So instead of reorientating our gravity by those ramps, we can just rotate the entire bureau outside of it. Tilt it that way, it goes back to the security face. That's where we've already been too. This looks interesting. No thanks. We would fall straight down if we tried that. Finally, we get to walk on the executive face. Hope it's not doing much to their paintwork.
Lila, you've arrived. But somehow you're standing on my sky. How can this be, I wonder? Have you made a new friend? Have you seen the light? Well, no matter. Come back with your feet on the ground.
This man is so chipper, it's making my blood boil. Fine, we'll figure ourselves out. Hey, wait a second. Do you see this? This was a fence when we were on the Atlas face, and it goes flush with the wall. I wonder... that's why I pointed out why those gates open a certain way. Well, at least there's another one. I think it's time we take our revenge. You like revenge, right? Everybody likes revenge. Well, let's go get some.
Hey, you! Down here! What the hell do you think you're doing? Stop! Go back now! You're breaking every damn rule in the book! You know they shoot people for less around here.
You think you're gonna stop me? Say hello to my feet.
Ow! You're lousing on my vertical hold! Thanks a lot. Happy now? I hope you fall and crash and shatter in a million pieces.
Yeah, well, I think the Bureau just shot itself in the foot, because remember how they built this Atlas statue to commemorate rebels who use spheres for movement? Well, they just did this to themselves. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Lila, too bad. I am very disappointed in you. You've made it here, certainly, but by violating every procedure in the book. In fact, your methods represent all I despise. Creativity, originality, the very things that would destroy my bureau. Spy, your methods would But I have orders, Lila, from above, to provide you with information about Max. If I were you, Rebel, perhaps I'd resist. So just be glad I took the bureaucratic oath.
Weave a circle round him thrice. Close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honeydew had fed and drunk the milk of paradise.
That was
Call
Max
the PMA,
Powers. He said he-
Programmable Molecular Assembler.
I know, I read your paper. So what are you going to do with it?
Haven't thought about it yet.
I've got an idea.
There are no excuses. Max, I kept warning you to test more.
You're sick, Max. Go to sleep. No use banging your head against the wall.
Well, at least we got out of the bureau. We hopped out of one dream and landed in another one. I think I know who this is, but I'm gonna have to cut off here. When we come back January 12th, we're gonna see what went on inside Max's head. See you then.